BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether it's your first time or you've been at it for a minute, BetOnline has you covered. With a large selection of odds on everything from the NBA, college basketball, NHL, and UFC, BetOnline has you covered. BetOnline has got you on every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here.
This shit feel like ain't put lines on through my ass. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Feel like heaven. This shit feel like ain't
Yes, sir. Welcome to the Money Down, the Believe Network, presented by BetOnline.ag. Back again with another live episode. Appreciate you guys tuning in, tapping in with us. And last week we had a dope episode with Donnie Wahlberg. If y'all ain't checked that out, make sure y'all check that episode out. Some dope messages. He shared some good stories. Definitely gotta get him back on. He was a dope guest. And last week as well, I almost completely forgot, had a Super Bowl parade. The Eagles, that's one of the most fun celebrations you can have post Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie, to get on. I know for us with the Patriots, we get on the duck boats, you ride through the city of Boston. Everybody on every block is crowded, like ain't nowhere to walk. Nothing. I know for in Philadelphia is a similar type of thing, and they kind of end up somewhere near the Rocky statue and all that, which is a dope symboling type of thing. But had Jalen Hurts, did his shout out to my teammates, my Saquon Barkley, which is a dope little Saquon definitely went crazy this year. He balled out, handled his business. But man, the Super Bowl parade is definitely epic. And speaking of epic, the Eagles, they do have a player who likes to troll and talk his stuff. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson, took it upon himself, post game to start saying some stuff about Travis Kelce, and at the parade tried to take a little shot, had his Swifties and LIX, my what. Which I mean, hey, look, when you win the bowl, I will say like a lot of little underlying shots and everything is kind of fair game. Though he be taking it to the edge, he not even the edge. He take it overboard. He don't take it to the edge. He take it over the top, which I think this is kind of crazy. I don't know what they were saying to each other in the game, because look, we all done been in battle before and on the football field. Sometimes some words are said, and some people handle it later on. So I don't know what Kelce said to him. I don't know what he said to Kelce, but feel about
the social media post before that was wild too. The one where he was posting about Travis Kelce girl and all that stuff. Wow.
He told that boy he should have stayed with that thick.
Boy. Trying to start, son.
I ain't gonna lie, boys. I feel like if CJ is on your team, you rock with it, right?
Yeah.
Like you need somebody on your team that's throw like that, man. Like I've just been seeing a lot of the interviews and stuff, even like prior to the Super Bowl. He just seemed like somebody that if he's on your team, you rock with it. If he not, you hate him. And I think a lot of us, but I think a lot of people around the league, just even back to when he was in New Orleans, like he just an annoying little, what I'm saying? He just annoying, fam. But if he on your team, you rock with him. Look,
that's crazy, boy.
Should have stayed with that dick. But I will tell you though, them Swifties, you don't want food with them.
They're gonna be on you now. They did. Which was
did the comments on the man's mom's restaurant, bro?
They worse than
reviews.
Hey man,
they might be damn near worse than the Beehive.
Yeah.
Beyonce,
close.
You dish it out. You gotta be able to take it, man.
You gotta be able to take it.
You know what I'm
saying? We say that all the time.
Yeah, which it's definitely green. But look, man, the people go have they gonna have Taylor Swift back for sure. Like they swarming too. So
that's wild though, bro. I think
it's wild for sure.
I just looking up the man's mom's restaurant, bro. She ain't got nothing to do with it.
Hey, Taylor Swift ain't got nothing to do with it neither.
They ain't got nothing to do with it.
She kind of do though. She kind of do.
More.
Everybody got their own opinion about Taylor Swift in the game. Everybody got their own opinion. She kind of do.
She had nothing to do. She had something to do with losing the game.
No. I kind of feel like she's in a place. She's in this place where you've affected the game in a very positive way.
Oh yeah.
But you kind of brought yourself into the mix of any conversation that's going to be had, whether positive or negative, with the Kansas City Chiefs, you are going to be in a conversation in some capacity because of the star power that you hold. So it's like, she ain't got no business being in the comments from CD, but we know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but for the
he was
Swifties,
popping before her though. That's the crazy thing. So
that's fair. That's fair. So she an innocent bystander.
In the comment, bro, like, it wasn't nothing geared. He just basically said you should have stayed with. Bro, this shit funny as hell.
Hey, so my dog lost a little bit of his swagger. That's what
And you know what? Like, again, we know Travis. Nothing to take from Killer Trav. Obviously, wherever you debate him at, one of the top tight ends that ever played a game. But it's just the performance on Sunday too, kind of like backed it up a little bit. Like, on Sunday he looked kind of like, I don't want to say getting old, but it just looked out of it.
Bro, all year he looked like that.
Yeah, he looked. But we still seen flashes, right? Where you still know it's in there. I think Sunday really, the past Super Bowl just showed, like, this is where one of them times we really got to sit back and think, like, man, like, do I really want to do this for another year? So it's just all that tying in together. It just looked like he took a step back in the bowl. The comment crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. If he told him that during the game, bro,
it's on site.
Yeah, you know that mean, bro.
It's on site.
We done seen. Hold on, we done seen somebody punch CJ before. Now, like,
but that right there probably motivate him to come back next year. I gotta see you. I gotta see.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
They need to make that a Super Bowl rematch week 1. That'd be lit right there.
I thought you meant like actually in the Super Bowl. I'm like,
no, week one. That'd be dope. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I feel like that'd be a dope matchup. But we'll shift gears over to, we had NBA All-Star Weekend this past weekend. It's been it's kind of been a huge topic in NBA and in the NFL as far as these All-Star games and everything. The type of performance you're getting from your star players, whether they're actually competing, whether they actually want to be out there. We talked about it on the game, last night. Probably like 10 years ago. Probably 10, 14 years ago, dudes was competing pretty good, in this game, especially like, some of Kobe's last years. I know, especially in his last, All-Star game, him and LeBron was going at it in front of Drake and all that stuff. But it was really competitive. It's like they took it as an honor, but they took it as a competition, to really defeat East versus West. And, that's kind of, really geared away from what, guys are trying to get done now. For whatever reason, maybe guys like, I want to take my week off, actually get me a few days of rest, or whether they, I don't know what they're necessarily thinking. Like, I understand it from that aspect, but I understand it from the other aspect. It's the fans and what they're used to seeing growing up. It's tough to watch. Like, it's hard to watch when you got guys just kind of jogging around, doing like layup line, type stuff, which, like I said, I give, Adam Silver credit. I know a lot of people have been giving him, a lot of crap for him doing like the rising stars versus the older, like the actual all-stars, to kind of try and push them a little bit to see if they're going to actually compete, which I thought the young players, they try to compete. I mean, obviously they ended up losing whatever, but I like the idea of trying to push them a little bit, still to end up, ending up like some of the older all-star games. But Draymond Green was ripping them. He made like comments like them dudes don't deserve to be on the court with the all-stars, which, hey, I understand, that side of it. Was like, y'all not actually out there competing. He trying to find a way to, get a little bit of energy, in the building. I don't know what's y'all thoughts on the NBA All-Star game, like how they can, get it back to being competitive, or if it ever will get back to that point. I don't know what y'all thoughts on it.
We talked about it before. Put some cheese in there, throw some money in there, allow the guys to earn bonuses and things like that from winning an All-Star game and participating. And I think it's also just like, I think one of the things was like, I liked the change of format. The game wasn't as long. You ain't putting up 300, 400 points a game. I think for basketball, it gets old after a while, right? So, I think being able to shorten it, it was like, first to 40 or something like that.
First to 40,
Made it quick. But the part that like really bothered me was like that little halftime segment that lasted like almost an hour, bro. Like that's like let them run straight through, let them get to 40 and things like that, and move on, right? Like you don't need the whole halftime segment. Like I don't think it's necessary because it takes a little bit of the excitement away from the game, especially when the halftime segment isn't that exciting.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like that they're changing and they're trying to figure it out, but I just think you can add some more incentive to it. You know, keep games a little bit shorter, but have them go just play basketball.
Yeah, I mean, Parker rolled that clip of Draymond real quick. For those who didn't hear what he said.
Also, we can watch some rising stars. We're about to watch the Olympic team. Now we get the treat of watching the Olympic team play against a U19 team. Come on, what are we doing?
That's wild.
Yeah, he called him U19 team. It's definitely crazy.
You know, I'm gonna disagree with Draymond a lot. You know, it's listen, we're trying anything. You know, I usually
try anything.
When your kids mess up the house, you make them clean it up and they complain and they mess the game up. That's why we're trying to kamikaze stuff out here right now. So his generation messed the game up. So don't act like he's mad because they're trying to use rookies and we're doing every type of trick to make this weekend exciting.
Yeah.
And to add on to that, like Warren, I agree, but everything can't be about cheese, bro. And I you know
That's
what I'm saying?
fair.
I understand, you know, it's so much these guys making so much bread and whatnot. But at the same time, bro, like when we was growing up and we talked about it last night on the game, 10 years ago, it was more so even before that. We was growing up. If you wanted to be in the NBA or you wanted to be in the NFL, you wanted to make the Pro Bowl just because that meant you was a top dog at your position and you got to take your family on vacation and you got to go through it was just that whole prestige of being in that conversation. It just seems like in the NFL and in the NBA, it's no more of that anymore. Now it's like you just made the all-star. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to have guys out there competing. That competing aspect isn't a part of it. And then now all it is like, well, just throw some extra money on top of it to get people to compete. I don't agree with that. Like I think it should go back to, you know what, James, bro, you made the Pro Bowl this year. Like that's an honor, fam. Like that's big. It just is. I just think the
like
game's
honor,
become. It don't seem like an honor. I just think the game is becoming, and I get it, bro. Like I don't ever want to say it is all about the money, but at the same time, bro, to be in that category, that tier of superstar, all star, it got to be more of a sense of a pride thing now that I'm gonna go out there and hoop. That's why I respect so many guys like Kevin Durant and stuff. And I'm just saying from the game aspect, like it's not about the social media. It's not about the bread. It's not about the attention. I want to put my shoes on, my cleats on, my basketball sneakers up and go out there and hoop because that's what I've been used to and accustomed to my whole life.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like the game is so far removed from that origin of it, bro. I don't see how you fix it because everything now is so incentive based or money based. And it can't be like that with everything.
It can't, and I do agree with you, but to a point though, because we are at a time where it is about the bread. It is about how much I'm making, how much am I securing. Like you just said, like being an all-star, it's still an honor, but you know we don't see it as highly coveted as it used to be in the past, right? So how do we bring more excitement around like it being, you know, an honor to be an all-star? Again, it is, but back to that level, right? And I think a lot of it is I don't want to say you take the fan voting out of it, but I think you do. You got to take that the fan favorites and all that stuff. Like I get they want to see their players, but like you really got to honor performance, right? If people are performing during the season, like they deserve to be all-stars. Because you get people that are left out that ball out, you know, prior to All-Star weekend. And then I do still think you have to have a money aspect into it because, you know, you say, you know, winner of this game.
Stars will bring that money.
Yeah. You bring the money and you earn the money. Winner of this game, when winning team wins X amount of dollars. Like, I think that
I have been seeing some people say like maybe the winner should get home court, you know, in the NBA finals, like
or something.
So like, that'll be dope. Yeah.
So like you're actually playing for something.
But I look at it like this, right? Trey Young been hooping this year, right? Like got left out of did he Trey Young? Like, yeah,
Yeah,
got left out
he
of
got
the
left
Yeah.
all
out. Yep.
got out the all-star. Power for the Clippers, right? Got
Yeah.
left out. Man, start asking these people before Bron, like, yeah, I know we're gonna get into that
Yeah.
conversation a little bit, but Bron, bro, you hooping this year or not? Like,
Yeah.
call it what it is. If you're not hooping, we gonna let somebody else rock out. This is giving people the chance. Trey Young, uh, is Trey Young, does he care about the bread? I'm sure he does. But a first time All-Star like Powell or something, they don't care about that. Put me in the All-Star game and let me
Yeah.
hoop. Let me get a taste
Mhm.
and feel of what it feel like. And I get it that Bron and the KDs and the Steph Currys is gonna bring more like attention to the weekend. But Bron's still coming out there regardless.
Regardless, yeah.
As you can see what he did this year. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
give
What y'all think
if you
about
don't,
what y'all think about him
man,
in the photo with the what
come on, bro. No, and I fool with Bron,
Yeah, I
bro.
know
But at the
he
same
hell for
time,
that.
it's starting to it's becoming like a slap in the face to the people who, again, Powell for the Clippers. Like that's my prime example. He is hooping this year, dog. He's having a all-star caliber year, and I get held out. And you had the opportunity to
Look
you ain't
at
just wake up. You just ain't wake up yesterday and your ankle was hurting, fam,
no.
or whatever the case may be,
But
bro. Give somebody a chance to get in there and get some shine, bro. Like I just think that was a little. I think that was a little OD.
you see how I just I had a Jokic prize pick for over 4.5. As soon as I see Drewski on this picture, I knew you was done. Yeah, it's over with. Jokic. He if it ain't serious, he really not playing.
Nah,
He
he ain't playing.
vibing. He vibing.
Yeah, he chilling.
He not putting no extra effort. I think when it comes to the Bron, he green for like all that for
Yeah.
not dressing, not playing, like everything. What I think it probably was, I think he must have been trying to send a message to the league or something. He probably ain't like the new format. So I'm saying I don't think it's
Nah,
right. But
bro.
I'm saying I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's what he was trying to do, which I don't think it was right. I think it must have been some other. Definitely his ankle wasn't really hurting enough to where he wasn't playing. It's definitely some deeper between the lines that he trying to send
But
some other type
James,
of message into the league. I think that.
Bron is the reason why this is the way it is, fam. So
Oh,
if you trying to single out and put I'm just saying what okay, right? Like maybe I don't agree with that, but I'm just going off of like what I heard like Charles Barkley and them say. Like I heard Stephen A. Smith talk about the dunk contest and saying the dunk contest is the way it is now because Bron never partaked in it. So a lot of the basketball gods and heads that know this game inside and out feel that way. Why are you acting like if anybody should be hooping, and I'm not saying because Bron has hooped in the games, like you should be the one that's year in and year out rallying the people in the circle to like, all right, bro, let's get these people a show, fam. And they taxing for All-Star weekend too. So that's the problem with me. Like I just feel like people like Kobe always talked about like him being able to hoop because of that kid that, you know what I'm saying, got a chance to go to the
Mhm.
All-Star or go to a game and watch him hoop. Same thing with Bron. Like people are going and paying their hard-earned money just to see you hoop specifically, and you get out there and at the last minute you can't go because of your ankle or because you're trying to send a message to the league. Like I don't agree with that, bro. I don't agree with
He
that.
did.
Because
Didn't he do that?
them all-star tickets,
Expensive.
you're gonna spend a grip, fam.
yeah.
Yeah. But didn't he
You
do that though
ain't
at
missing
one
nothing.
point? Didn't he do that with Kobe at one point? Like where they talked about making the game more competitive, like a few
Yeah,
years, but like with Kobe's last All-Star year, they talked about making the game more competitive, and they
yeah.
did it literally that one year. I
Yeah,
think it
it's
went back
it's,
downhill
it's like
after.
the fourth quarter or whatever, like the last quarter, people started to kind of ramp it up a little bit. Was playing like more like isolation ball. I think definitely Bron not participating in the dunk contest ever and all it has some sort of effect, but I don't think one person could be to blame of why everybody not going hard. Like
Mhm.
I don't think that
Can
necessarily is it.
this just hit my mind, right? Not to cut you off. Is there a way that we could schedule it, right? So the play-in final game is, I guess, the
All
all-star,
star.
like not the all-star game, but I'm just saying, like, you have the play-in, you have the play-in tournament all through whatever. January or whatever the case is, you get to
Mhm.
February, and that last play-in game, right? That last championship game is what will be the closing out of All-Star weekend. So I guess you can have all the events before, right? You can have a dunk
Mhm.
contest, three-point contest, all these events. But that final game we see will be the play-in championship tournament.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, you give guys 500K, right? Money incentive. And then, like Warren said, bro, figure out a way to throw a home court advantage no matter what seeding you get. You could be an 8 seed, but if you win that play-in tournament, you get home court advantage or home
Yeah.
field advantage in the first round or whatever the case is. But we got to find something out because bro, it's bull, man. I'll be honest
Yeah.
with you, I ain't even really watch it.
I didn't either.
The highlights.
I caught it
I
for a little bit.
I watched some because I wanted to see if the new layout was going to kind of change anything. Which, like I said, the young guys, they was going a little hard, but it still was more of the same. Just not really much defense. Somebody going to the cup, you're not really getting in the way or anything. But yeah, it's definitely an interesting thought for sure. What So's brought up, it's definitely something that they should take into consideration. Anything to try and spark, what's going on.
Mhm.
Because I look at it like this, right? Like last year, bro. So this year, what Milwaukee won it? I want to say,
I believe so.
Yeah.
right. And then last year, the first one was like the Lakers winning or whatever the case, or I don't know when the Lakers won it. But I vividly remember hearing Braun like, shoot, 500 bands, like hell yeah, I'm playing for real
free
this
money.
year too. That's free money. Like Damian Lillard. I remember him talking about the 500 money and what he did with it, with like helping out the guys and the staff around the facility, whatnot. Like that obviously is a way to get people to play a little bit more serious, dog. And I think it'll be an interesting game too, because all these play-in games, or not playing games, but all these play-in tournament or the tournament championship games have been
Pretty good. Pretty
people
good.
people hooping for real.
Yeah.
So we'll see though. I think that's an interesting thing, bro. That's an interesting thought. That's an interesting thought for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude just gotta. I don't know who would be. It can't just be one person. Everybody collectively gotta push themselves to actually want to go out there and make it competitive. Not one person gonna spark it off. But we kind of brought up the dunk competition. So the dunk competition did happen this weekend. Mac McClung won it for the
3
third
times
straight
in a
time.
row.
So shout out to him, and he do that jump effortlessly.
I was gonna say and that's well deserved though too. He bring it.
It is.
Like no matter who the rest of the competition, like I know some of those guys struggle to make dunks and everything. I don't think that should negate what he actually getting done, because the stuff he doing is crazy. At what is he, like 6 foot, maybe 6'1", like dude flying over top of people, hanging in the air, like so definitely shout out to him. And after he won for the third time, John Morant, he sent out a tweet to Zach LaVine. He's an Aaron Gordon. He's like, hey, like we might need to like go out there and do it. And Zach was like, yeah, I might have to lace up them shoelaces again, which I think that'd be dope. Matt McClung, Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon, John Morant, which I do think is, some of those more star-studded guys getting those type of events. Now, whether you win or not, just you being a part of it, I think that definitely brings more energy, because we know like the last great dunk competition was the Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. They did a heck of a job with that.
Oh, wow, boy.
We can build up some of that.
Back years too.
Yeah. So when you can build up some of that anticipation, I think that helps with All-Star Weekend. Even, with 3-point contest too. Shout out to Tyler Hero. He was able, to go John Morant right there. He said, I fuck with Castle right there. Yeah, he might make me decide to dump. For real, like, what's up? Like all them boys, Zion, everybody pull up. You know what I'm saying? I think that, that would be great. It's gonna bring a lot of energy, more competitiveness into the weekend. I think that's what All-Star Weekend is definitely all about. The best shooters, get Curry, get Damian Lillard, get all those guys battling the 3-point contest. It's a shot at Tyler Hero able to win it, this year for the Heat and everything. But get all the best shooters out there every single time and make it, the most competitive it could possibly be. I don't know what you guys think about, some of those guys getting into that dunk competition, actually making it happen. Because we've seen this happen before. Guys send out a tweet, during the dunk contest, but next year, they ain't nowhere to be found.
Ain't nowhere to be found. I would look forward to it. Like I've seen, even Giannis tweeted, about, making sure that he could probably jump into the contest and win. It's so star driven. I just don't understand where the fall off was without Because like I remember growing up watching Dwight Howard and Blake Griffin, right, rock out in it. Nate Robinson rock out in it. And like you said, the last time we officially got star power dunk contest was the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. And just seeing after that, it just faded away right away.
Mhm.
I just wonder if it's like people really feel as if they don't have enough in the bag anymore and you don't want to embarrass yourself. Like that could be that's the only thing that I could think of is like, bro, why I won't jump in the dunk contest. Cause I'm either not confident enough in myself or I know I don't got no shit in the bag to try to
At some
I
point
don't
they
know.
ended up like right after the Dwight Howard piece, they ended up doing like I can't remember what it was, but you could see where they started bringing in like younger guys that weren't as like
start like stars or
weren't
anything.
star power as much. You know what I'm saying? So they started going into this trend of bringing in because they at one point they ended up doing like who had the highest dunk percentage in the league, and it was a lot of younger guys. You know what I'm saying? So they ended up changing it at some point. But you talk about wanting to bring viewership back to the NBA, right? I think this is definitely one of the places that you start. This is supposed to be one of the most exciting weekends outside of, NBA playoffs and NBA finals and things like that. And if you want to start bringing viewers back, you got to give them something exciting to watch. So being able to get that star power, back into the dunk contest, you got it in the 3-point competition already, but it's 3-point competition, right?
Yeah.
But being able to, what's up? Go ahead.
Oh, my fault. No. You know what I want? Like, and I think this is, yeah, boy, I had me a couple, right? So I'm just,
I got thoughts rolling.
But I think like, bro, we need more people of power to, right? Like, imagine, we got guys like Draymond Green that got a voice in the league that could ask Anthony Edwards, why, bro? Why won't you get in the dunk contest? Just give the big like we need people to sit there and give us a reason. Like, man, I ain't in the dunk contest because I ain't got it in the bag. You feel me? Or like I'm a game dunker. But to be out there on the games and be dunking on people and doing all these high flyer dunks, and it's just like, bro, why won't you get in a dunk contest and do that? And it's never no answer to give to the fans, which is what ultimately these contests are to appease. It's no answer to it, but I just feel like, bro, at the same time, like some of these guys of power that have that dunk power or whatever the case may be, they should, the same way you get asked to handle your obligations in the media, you should handle your obligation of giving the people a real answer to why you won't get in these contests and cut up like the old dogs used to. Like Kobe's been in dunk contests. Jordan's been in dunk contests. Vince Carter, like the people that could really throw down and dunk got into them, and now they haven't been. But like, I would really want to know the answer. Like, Bron, why you ain't never like what's the real answer, fam? Like, don't give us the whole. What's the real answer, bro?
For Bron, I definitely think it's the expectation. Everybody think he gonna go out there and do, and then he go out there and
he might not be super creative.
And then everybody gonna flame him. I do think that's a new part of why dudes won't do it though. The social media era is like, if I go out there and I'm on BS, I ain't never gonna let that down. It's like versus back in the day, like dude, just you ain't had to be too creative back in the day. Like you can do a little, make it look athletic. Now it's been a bunch of dunks that's gonna happen, everything getting recycled. It's like, damn, I gotta think of some real creative shit. If I don't, that just gonna look like what a lot of these dudes do, which I think it's hard to be creative in the dunk competition.
Nah, it is for sure. Especially after seeing what Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon did in that dunk contest. I was like, bro, I don't know what more. But my thing with Bron is
on hoverboards,
spinning with it. My thing with Bron is, bro, and people don't remember, it might have been 2012 or 2013 where he was cutting up in practice. It was going on, like I remember it was going on Twitter, and then like bro, people was literally and then Warren, people was pulling up to the games 30-40 minutes before the game started, and he was cutting up in the layup line. So it's like you had your opportunity and you was doing stuff that even if it wasn't crazy, people just was like, bro, Bron cutting up. Like, I want to see it. Why you ain't never do that at the All-Star game? You could have did them same dunks and people would have, you Bron, people would have still been like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying? I just would want to know, like, bro, what's the real answer, fam, of why you ain't jump in, dog? Like,
Yeah.
I think as fans, you deserve to know. You deserve to know.
Yeah, they definitely got to give an answer. It's a good question. Do you think there's anything the NFL could learn from the NBA or the NBA could learn from the NFL? I mean, I think they need to work together. They need to get some come out with some type of ideas. I know, with the NFL, I feel like our Pro Bowl pretty much dead. Like, I don't think it'll ever get back to where dudes actually going out there hitting. Like, I really don't know how you can make the NFL game, back more competitive unless it's like
come on one tonight, James. throw the Pro Bowl in. Well, I can't say that.
Hawaii.
Or throw it somewhere crazy like Dubai and fly all these families out. You got to figure something out, bro. People.
But even still, dudes is going to take that trip, and then I'm still not out there hitting nothing. I'm still not going to go hit nothing out there. Like, I'm going to take this trip. I'm going to enjoy it.
You gotta figure out what incentives is going to drive the players to because I think it's just one of those things. And now it's just like it's not a culture. It's a
mentality.
It's a mentality, right? But it's not a. Go ahead.
No, the incentives is coming on. The incentives is coming on your contract when you sign that next deal. That's the incentive. If you make the Pro Bowl, that's probably an extra $2-3 million. You make All Pro, that's probably an extra 4 or 5, whatever it is. That's the incentive, bro. Like,
I don't think that Pro Bowl even mean as much anymore. It's like unless you got All Pro.
It don't.
That don't necessarily matter because a lot of these dudes getting the Pro Bowl opt out. Next player opt out. We four deep on with the running backs and the quarterbacks because everybody opting out. And does that dude get to say he a Pro Bowler because he participated in the game, but he really wasn't voted in like that? You know what I mean?
Or James. These and I'm all for the players, bro. I'm just thinking of stuff. Just because you made the Pro Bowl, we ain't adding. You can't come to the table talking about you made the Pro Bowl. I bet you that changed a lot too. Like, I made the Pro Bowl. It's time for my. It's time for my contract. I need extra. X that out, and I bet you a lot of people like, man. So now only for me to get that extra boost, I need to be an All Pro. Okay, I bet you them boys lace them cleats up and get make the Pro Bowl something again, bro. It's nothing right now. You seeing people make the Pro Bowl, and again, when we was growing up, man, the Pro Bowl was I ain't gonna say as lit as the Super Bowl, but
prestigious, boy.
It was prestigious. Now the Pro Bowl, who cares? All it really matters is for people to go to the table with their contracts and say, I made the Pro Bowl, I deserve a little bit extra more cheese. Well, if you X that out, I bet you them boys tighten up then. Ain't gonna
and the boy hitting there in the Pro Bowl to Sean Taylor when he smacked Brian Moorman. That joke was crazy. I still remember it to this day.
Yeah. Brian Moorman is gonna fake it on the run, and he's gonna come up short.
That boy thought he was out there to have fun.
Hey,
that ain't no fun.
Bruh. Imagine if you was a punter, dog. You in the Pro Bowl. You thought
real fear.
It's over with, boy. I ain't running no more trick plays, coach. I ain't running that.
Bro, he thought he was out there about to have fun.
I had to reset that boy. Reset button.
I like that though.
Now you a punter.
Hey, I love it. That's what football all about at the end of the day, man. But
you gotta figure out a way to get back to that.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't.
I think y'all gave the blueprint. Yeah. Everybody in the league about that bread. You don't want to be a Pro Bowler. Don't come to the table with that. I made the Pro Bowl whole accolade to get paid a little bit more. You want to make that game back important. In order to get that level of prestigious back in the game, and you want to come to the table and get a little extra more cheese out of that whole Pro Bowl accolade, get in this game and play for real.
It's about the it's about the bro.
It's
At
about
the
the
end of the
bread.
day,
It's about the
it's about the
bread.
bread. It's
Yeah.
about the
And
bread.
everybody who make the Pro Bowl, everybody who anybody trying to make the Pro Bowl knows, bro. This is all for me to go to the table at the end of the day and say, when I slide you over, you slide me over that contract, and you say this year for 4 years for 10 million. No, I deserve an extra 5 because I made the Pro Bowl. I'm a two-time Pro Bowler. You get what I'm saying? Well, if it's not important, you know what I'm saying? If it's not important, take that away. It's either all pro or nothing. And
Yeah.
I bet you it shift up a
I'm-
little bit of things in the whole league.
Honestly, I think that's the way it should be. Just be all pro.
Yeah, for
Maybe
sure.
make it a little bit more depth on there, not just two players. Make it four like a quarterback or something instead
Yeah.
of just one or two with a first team, second team. Make it four deep or something. I don't know, but it should just be all pro at this point. Pro Bowl is dang near meaningless. But before we wrap, man, All-Star Weekend in the NBA always brings out new shoe releases. I'm a big sneaker guy. Sojourn, a big sneaker guy. We've been bringing Warren along. Keep teaching my dog the ropes with the shoe game. But oh man, but All-Star Weekend this year. I know back in the day when we was in college, high school, you had the Galaxy packs and all that crazy stuff. When it came to All-Star Weekend, you really looked forward to what was gonna come out. I mean, I feel like the buzz has definitely died off a little bit, especially when it has come to the Nike releases. Yeah, this year they just went with all black for all the signature Nike sneakers, which I mean, look, it's something different. They tried to switch it up. It definitely wasn't flashy. I think for All-Star games, I'm looking for some flashy stuff. But I will say, they did come with something different. Not on some of the new NBA players, but Wale. He threw on some. I don't know if y'all saw these Nike GT Futures. They definitely caught my attention here. Look like some flight posits, foam posits, kind of mixed together, a little futuristic type of shoe. Wale, he's a big sneaker dude, and they helped him. They gave them to him to help push these out. I wonder when they actually release, or if they actually release. It's a dope little silhouette, a little old school mixed with a little future. I don't know how y'all feel about those right there.
Yeah, it is. I think if you was gonna make a buzz, you should have released them for the All-Star Weekend.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
sure.
And that's what. And again, you talked about it, right? Like that nostalgia of what we grew up in. I still remember to this day, and the shoe is actually coming out. I want to say next weekend, right? Those Galaxy foams. Like I remember that All-Star game in Orlando, the Galaxy foam posits. And I remember first seeing them things on like Nike Talk or on online and Google, and I was just like, WTF, bro? Like,
yeah, gotta get them.
what can I do to get them? And it just the exclusiveness to cop those, and that whole pack, man. The bronze was cold. The Kobe's was cold. Kevin Durant's was cold. Like, Nike had, just the whole All-Star pack and everything. Just when you talk about like kids that are gonna grow up and what they're seeing now, like they don't even get they don't even get the half of what we was able to get as kids, bro. I just think Nike got to go back to the drawing boards, dog.
Storytelling,
Like,
gotta make it.
storytelling, bro. If it's All-Star, drop some space stuff, fam. So I don't know, but those Galaxy foams, which are coming out, I think on the 22nd, which is next week,
21st, 22nd, something like that.
the 21st, 22nd, like that's I have to have this shoe, bro, because I remember when I was in the was it the 10th or 11th grade, whichever it might have been, it was in high school. I remember, like I said, saying like, bro, how can I get these, bro?
Them things are possible.
And hey, fam, and 250 back then.
Yeah,
250 really hurt them pockets, fam. I can't go to my mama and be like, Mom, I need 250 for these. Like, it's just I gotta have them.
Y'all boys got it. That 250 hurt my pockets today.
it definitely still hurt.
Y'all boys got that cheese.
Yeah, but things was. I remember these when they dropped, boy.
Yeah, them things was cold.
There's a Rondo Warm in that All-Star game that year that they dropped, and I was just like, damn, man, I gotta figure out a way. But out of those packs, I still to this day have my bronze, the all orange ones,
big
the
bangs.
Galaxy,
I got those.
the big bangs, man, what a time, bro. I just wish, I wish we can get back to that, man. That's when shoes was shoes he gave you that nostalgia feel.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna ever get back to that point. I mean, they are, dropping some different, signature sneakers these days. Anthony Edwards, he has his signature sneakers, the AE ones. They've been out for I feel like over like a year and a half, 2 years now. Still been really rolling those out. There's some cool colorways. I got some myself right here, the AE ones. Perk got them on the screen. Got some red joints, but yeah, he definitely has some dope colors going on. I wonder what his the two's gonna look like. Cause they've been really rolling with these ones for a couple years now. They had the low top versions. You had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He posted his signature sneaker with Converse, which is definitely a different looking shoe. It's like a mustard butter type of, almost like an Iverson.
I gotta check them out.
Yeah. I don't know if Perk be able to pull them up, but it's a different type of shoe. We all know he dresses a little bit different. He's a little bit more flashy with his own different look. It almost don't even look like a basketball shoe, but that's more his speed. And Nike has their stuff. You got the book ones, you got the Ja Morants. Yeah, they go right there. So it's definitely a different look to his Converse type. I have to see more colorways.
Them ugly, fam.
Yeah, I gotta see some more colorways.
Them ugly, bro.
The colorway, I gotta see them in different colors before I completely judge them. But them, I definitely wouldn't wear that colorway right there. But that's Shea though, man. He has his own little lane when it comes to the sneaker thing. But they're the old KDs right there, the KD Ford, man. Them definitely classics right there. Never go wrong with the KDs. But yeah, man, All-Star Weekend got to get back to dropping these elite shoes, man. I never forget. Even when All-Star Weekend was in Chicago and Kanye was rolling around with the tanks and junk. He had the Yeezys in the tank, passing them off to people for free and everything. So there's always been some iconic moments when it comes to shoes and All-Star Weekend. This year I felt like it was a little blah, but we'll see, man. I think it comes along with guys competing. The guys who have the signature sneakers actually putting some cool stories out there, some cool messaging. I will say Kyrie though, with his brand with Anta, they have some cool little stuff, man. I know it's not a US brand, but he's been trying to shake up what he's been doing. And his shoes are pretty affordable too compared to Nike and some of these other brands. Like $100. So if nobody, you gotta check those out. Check out them Anta shoes if y'all into Kyrie, man. But that'll be a wrap, for this Money Down podcast on the Believe Network, presented by BetOnline.ag. We appreciate you guys tuning in to another live episode. We'll keep the dope content, the exclusive content coming. Keep y'all tuned in, man.
This shit feel like game 7. Put lines up through my essence. Wake up in the morning, count my blessings. Feel like heaven. This shit feel like game 7. If I lose.